today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, this is Madden NFL 21. We'll see Sam Darnold and the New York Jets taking on Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers.
On a warm late summer afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the San Francisco 49ers. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Jets offense ready for their first possession, and they are led by the 23-year-old from USC in his third year now, quarterback Sam Darnold.
Year 3 now of Sam Darnold being the starting quarterback with the New York Jets. And as you might expect, some ups and downs along the way. That's what happens with young quarterbacks. Last year, 19 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, had to play through some sickness and injury. But the Jets really believe in this guy and showed it by upgrading their offensive line in order to get him more protection moving forward.
And here's the game's number 3 all-time rusher, Frank Gore.
And he'll get about 3 as he takes us up near the 25.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now on second down, this is Gore. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
Run there by Frank Gore, and he has to be one of the most admired players in the NFL. He started the 2020 season, number 3 all-time on the rushing list, less than 1,400 yards shy of Walter Payton as the season kicked off. Spent a year with Coach Adam Gase in Miami. Now he's hooked back up with him again with the New York Jets.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
56.
On the handoff, it's Gore. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 10. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. He's got Gore. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, it's Gore. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
The ball carrier.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. bring up a third.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold. That is caught. It's Perriman. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 35. Darnold finding Perriman there for a New York first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
On 1st down, Gore.
Frank Gore.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
At the 30.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. It's complete. It's Gore. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So on 4th down, the Jets turn to kicker Sam Ficken. From the right hash, this from 48. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0.
49ers nothing.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Richie James on the return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Niners take over first and
The 49er offense about to go to work, and it's Jimmy Garoppolo, Charles, at quarterback.
And there he is, the man known as Jimmy G, Jimmy Garoppolo, who I thought had a really nice year in 2019. So close to culminating with a Super Bowl title. Accurate with the football, completed nearly 70% of his passes, which was 4th best in the NFL. Nearly 4,000 yards through the air with a team that runs the ball with great efficiency. 27 touchdowns, but in the Super Bowl, didn't quite make the plays they needed down the stretch. But remember, some big wins last year at New Orleans, at Seattle in Week 17, 2 playoff wins. He's continuing to develop as one of the better ascending players in the league.
He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
A gain of 4
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A play fake from Mostert. Now Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
What we've seen so far in this game, they're not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Draw play. Garoppolo gives to Mostert. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Open man is Bourne. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. The Jets have Braxton Berrios back deep. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22.
Back onto the field here come the New York Jets. You look back to their Week 1 game, a loss against Buffalo in Buffalo. Remember, this is a Jets team that started 1-7 last year. Not a whole lot expected this season. And they were really undone by a rough start in that game at Buffalo. 3 straight 3-and-outs to begin the season. They fell down 21-0 in the first half. Never really recovered. And CD, obviously not great news. Le'Veon Bell pulling up with a hamstring injury. That's not going to help you.
Not at all. And then you go back to the preseason camp where Le'Veon Bell was talking about getting more work during practice when they were trying to limit him. It's just so difficult for them right now because he's one of the better players in the league when he's on top of his game. And it changes what you do with your offense. Now Sam Darnold, the young quarterback, that's one less guy that he can count on to try and elevate this team. But boy, they got jumped on early. They're going to have a big effort trying to bounce back and give some hope to the people who love Gang Green.
And they'll be trying to do that against an angry 49ers team as the NFC champions will be traveling to New York this coming week. 12 yards there and a first down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They run. It's Gore. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
2nd and 4. From the gun, Flacco. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The wideout, Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Flacco from the gun. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
On 4th down, rookie Braden Mann will punt for the Jets. The 49ers have Richie James back deep. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. San Francisco coming back out here for this next drive. And the 49ers in week 1 taking the field for the first time since their loss in Super Bowl 54. Wound up taking it on the chin, falling 24-20 to Arizona. And we all know the troubles that Northern California, really all of California's had with wildfires. This game was in danger, CD, maybe having to be postponed, but the smoky orange skies, they dissipated enough to get the game in. And the 49ers, though, they continue to have trouble with the Cardinals. Now 9 losses in their last 11 meetings.
Yeah, and you know the preparation for that game had to be interrupted at different times, especially for San Francisco. There was talk about maybe moving the game to Arizona and then flipping that game back later to San Francisco. But bottom line, you just hit it. 9 out of the last 11. Arizona has beaten San Francisco, but even more importantly, they really improved in the offseason. So San Francisco knows they have a true rival now when they try to defend their division crown. And guess what? They go on the road the next 2 weeks. Both games in New York, the Jets and then the Giants in week 3. But I like what the Niners do. They go cross-country, they play, and instead of flying all the way back, they go to a meeting place, and this time it's going to be in West Virginia at the Greenbrier. And if you haven't been to the Greenbrier, Brandon, you ought to go. What a great place for them to go. They'll go and get their training in before they play week 3 against the Giants.
Here we go.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
First down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. To throw is Garoppolo. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Play action. Garoppolo. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Gain of 5.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd down and 3. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 20-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there, because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming, pick them up, and someone jumped.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And he's going to get this one down to the 30.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. He'll let this go deep for Bourne. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. Taking it about the 1. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Flacco and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. He'll set up to throw toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. All right, CD, I want to fit in your preseason predictions here. This is now our 5th year together in the booth. Hard to believe time flies, but it's an annual tradition that you tell us how you think things are going to shape up in each conference. Let's start with your thoughts on the AFC.
All right, let's start in the East. I like the Bills. In the South, I like Indianapolis despite their loss on opening day. In the North, I like Baltimore, and out West, of course, I like Kansas City. For wild cards, I like the Chargers coming out of the West. I think that in the East, New England is going to get the nod. And then out of the North, I'm taking Pittsburgh. Remember, we got that extra team in the playoffs this year. And then when the playoffs break down, I do think it's going to come down to Baltimore and Kansas City in the AFC. And Baltimore, by a nose, goes to the Super Bowl.
And just to be different from you, I like your conference championship matchup. I'll take Mahomes and the Chiefs heading back to the Super Bowl yet again. First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd.
Catch there by Jamison Crowder. 78 catches, 833 yards, and 6 touchdowns in 2019. Operates very well out of the slot. One of the niftier receivers in the league.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a handoff for Gore. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To pass, Flacco. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The former Bill, Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. Passing play, Flacco. And that'll be incomplete. Flacco took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That sun's going to be a factor all game long. I'm not sure it made a difference on that one, but it's something to think about on all deep throws during this time of year.
Here's Braden Mann now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
7-yard line.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
Garoppolo on first down. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis.
Garoppolo.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 34-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Raheem Mostert averaged 5.6 yards per carry last year. That was 2nd in the NFL. So it's safe to say that it paid off that he patterned his work ethic after his hero, Frank Gore, the former 49er. That's a guy who really shows you how to go out and get it done each and every day. Raheem Mostert patterned him and had a breakout season in 2019 with the 49ers.
Here we go, here we go.
On first down, they go with Mostert again.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now a 2nd down and 6. They hand it off to Mostert. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
The ball carrier.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
What a breakout season Raheem Mostert had in 2019, and now he's got a chance to be the lead back for his team. In fact, he spent time in the offseason bulking up, trying to get stronger, to absorb the extra hits and be available for more snaps. He wants to be a guy who carries the ball from game 1 all the way through game 16 in the regular season.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
He was brought down at the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1. On the ground, it's a handoff to Coleman. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
Here we go.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Now they hand off to Coleman, and that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Henry Anderson on the stop.
Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising. They wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter, shiftier defensive backs allow you that opportunity.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Mohamed Sanu there to make the grab. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And it is up.
It is good.
And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. A pretty long days all told. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
New York set to take the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Flacco and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. And right away, he'll look to throw. And open here is Hogan. He's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Now a pass complete to Hogan. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Flacco looks to throw. Man open is Hogan again. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And 5 at at the 47-yard line.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
This one caught by Crowder. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Complete to Frank Gore.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Looking to throw again on second down. Flacco, he's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 18. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A red zone first down for Flacco. And that is pulled in by Herndon for a Jets touchdown. Chris Herndon there to make the grab. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Now the try here for the point after. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's finished off by a Chris Herndon touchdown. Now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Now James returning. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
James on the return. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Got the connection here to Bourne. Touchdown, 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo with his second touchdown pass of this first half. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. Early on, you hit on it. Needing to avoid the big play. Easier said than done, though. There's a big touchdown.
Yeah, the big thing is when he does get his catches, you've got to tackle him and get him on the ground. Obviously, weren't able to do it on that one.
Now Gold for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Joe Flacco and company heading back out onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
All right, this gives us a chance, Charles, to go back to your playoff predictions. We covered the AFC. What do you see happening in the NFC?
All right, let's go with the division winners. Dallas in the East, Green Bay in the North. Let's see, New Orleans in the South, and out West, San Francisco. Wild cards, I think 2 are come from out West. Arizona and Seattle. And the third wild card, I think it's going to come from the South, and Tampa Bay gets in. Now, I don't believe Tampa Bay's going to the Super Bowl. I think New Orleans and Seattle will slug it out for the Super Bowl chance, and I'm going with New Orleans to find their way in.
Okay, so you got the veteran breeze against Lamar Jackson in the Super Bowl, and who ultimately do you have winning that one, CD?
Oh, yeah, the old head and the kid, right? I'm going with the kid in this one in a Super Bowl classic. Baltimore wins the championship.
All right, just so I go on record, I mentioned I'll take the Chiefs, and I'm going to take them over the Packers. So I think we'll have another young and old QB mix. Packers, a little bit of a surprise getting in there, and I'll take Mahomes with a repeat title.
I love it. A rematch of Super Bowl I, which was called the NFL-AFL Championship game. Actually, the World Championship game when they played it back in 1967.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Set to take over again here on offense, Jimmy G and the 49ers. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. And now Garoppolo lost the football, but an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Here's James. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 28.
Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. On first down, Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
George Kittle is easily one of the elite tight ends in the NFL. Back-to-back seasons of 88 and 85 catches. We just saw another one right there. Anytime he lines up on the field, you better treat him as a primary receiver and make sure you have a second guy in the vicinity to try and cover him.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The former third overall pick, Quentin Williams, there to bring him down.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a third and long. Working from the gun, Garoppolo gets this one to Juszczyk. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Jets will take over first and 10. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Their defense just came up with a stop right out of the locker room, and now can the offense take advantage?
Yeah, we don't want to turn this into something that it's not. It's only a one-score game, so it's not exactly a crucial possession. But at the same time, they'd like to get things started and at least come away with 3 points.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. And his throw here is incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, and it's 2nd down. I want to change course here for a second, CD, and talk about Week 1 Breeze versus Brady. Obviously, such a spotlight matchup. Remember, these two met way back in the Big Ten in college. Brady won that game, Michigan over Purdue. But since being in the NFL, this was the 6th time they've gone head-to-head. Now, Breeze won the first 3 battles. Brady had won the next 2 battles, 4 and 5. Number 6, though, back to Drew Brees. And now we don't know how much longer, obviously, they're both going to be in the NFL. But while they are both in the NFC South, they're going to meet at least twice this season now, and that's going to be a lot of fun.
That was pretty smooth how you brought up how we don't know how much longer they'll be in the NFL. Are you alluding to their ages?
Yeah, they're old. I mean, they're older than me.
I mean, you did it well. Just think about this. Tom Brady's 43, and Drew Brees is 41. Collective 84. But these guys, when you look at all the passing numbers in NFL history, their names are at the top or near the top in just about every category.
The first game in NFL history with 2 starting quarterbacks over the age of 40. And you know, our stat guru, Ed Brady, put this together. Those two have thrown collectively for over 86 miles. I don't know what that means, but it's a lot of miles.
It's a lot of miles. 86 miles, 84 years collectively. Great numbers.
A 1st down throw, Darnold. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Pass rusher extraordinaire, Dee Ford that time, getting the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Darnold. It's complete. It's Gore. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Dee Ford able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Seven yards on the return after a punt of 39. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at about the 32. He's back to throw here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. CD, let's take a moment here and get your thoughts just on Week 1 in general. Certainly no shortage of storylines, but I'm curious, after 1 week, which teams really caught your eye?
Well, teams with continuity certainly did. Kansas City, the defending champions, they were sharp in their season opener, as was Baltimore, who, of course, has title aspirations, getting upset in the playoffs last year. How about a couple of big surprises? What about Washington, coming back from a big deficit against Philadelphia at home, getting a win for head coach Ron Rivera? What a big game for them. And, of course, Jacksonville. Everyone's talking about how this team has just been dismantled. They'll be all year long. We'll follow the New England, Tampa Bay ledger, won't we? In this case, New England, with all their changes, they get a win. Tampa Bay, with all their additions, they take a loss on the road at New Orleans.
Yeah, you know that coach in New England slept a little bit better than the quarterback down in Florida after Week 1. Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes.
Lost it 7 yards. Another
Well, I got it started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. New York ready to go again offensively.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll try and start the drive here with Gore. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Stop made by Fred Warner, who was the Niners' leading tackler during their run to the Super Bowl last year.
34-yard line.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Darnold on 1st down. He's got Gore. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 46-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a delayed give to Gore. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. So that'll back them up 5.
Still 3rd down.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start.
56, the mark, boys, 56. Check.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
Talk about a young man who's been living up to the hype. Nick Bosa, 9 sacks in the regular season 2019, but really turned his game up for the postseason. Had 4 in their run to the Super Bowl with the 49ers. This guy plays with such passion, such strength, and a huge football IQ. Seems to understand where plays are going to go even before the ball is snapped.
Here's the Jets punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the 1st quarter, good 2nd quarter, and now continuing that here in the 3rd.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. A play fake from Mostert, now Garoppolo. And incomplete on the deep ball. Let's step into a different topic here for a second, Charles. You think about all the action that happened on Sunday, week 1 in the NFL, but Saturday was an important day for a number of players around the league as well. In fact, we might even have a new holiday, call it Extension Day. A number of contracts.
Can we make it into a movie? Can we do that? Can we make it into a movie?
Yeah. Fine by me. A number of contracts that were crucial were extended, and really it started with Dalvin Cook, 5 years at $63 million. That was a big one for the Vikings.
Yeah, it was, and it's huge for Dalvin Cook because there was a school of thought that maybe they wouldn't do it because of Alexander Madison's presence, but they're going with their big guy. How about that? Just a few minutes later, Alvin Kamara, he re-upped with the Saints, 5 years, $75 million. Love that one. A great move for New Orleans. Even better for Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, good to be a running back, and then switching it to wide receiver. Cooper Kupp with the Rams. What was his 3 years? Almost $50 million. I think $48 million to be precise.
Yeah, he did very, very well, and I love the way that he runs routes, and he gives the Rams a great presence downfield. And how about Demario Davis? We got away from the skill position, guys. A linebacker, one of the top ones in the league. He re-upped in a big way. 3 good years for him, added to his contract in New Orleans.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 20.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion a together a drive.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start on the ground with Gore. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it, or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Going deep now for Herndon, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Here's the Jets punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Here's James returning. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
Take over 1st and 10.
Set to take over again here on offense, Jimmy G and the 49ers. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. And his throw's going to be incomplete. All right, while we have a second here, Charles, let's look ahead to week 2 on the NFL slate. Some great games coming up. I'm just looking early here Sunday. You got Carolina, Tampa Bay. Wondering if Tampa can get the win there. Detroit and Green Bay both 1-0. That's intriguing, an in-division game. And then, Washington and Arizona, you probably wouldn't highlight that one normally, but one of those teams, excuse me, is going to be 2-0.
Yeah, that's going to be a whole lot of fun to watch. And how about the Sunday nighter? New England at Seattle. Cam Newton now leading the Patriots, and Russell Wilson was so sharp in the opener at Atlanta. And then, of course, on Monday night, the opening of the Raiders' new stadium with the Saints coming to town. I'm really excited about that one.
And you've said it well with the Raiders. If there was ever a stadium that looked like a Raiders stadium, it's that one.
It certainly does, doesn't it? And, I don't want to steal anything from anyone else or any movies or whatever, but the theme music, you got to know, is going to be dark and powerful, just like the Raiders want it to be. Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And he held on to it too long. A coverage sack. Down he goes. Terrell Basham. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So a tough road here on second and very long.
54 mark, check, check.
First man through, it's the fullback use check. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Fourth quarter, holding on to a lead. Fullback carry, 3 or 4 yards. I guess that's what you're looking for.
And it just brings back memories for me because I remember my coaches in this situation. I remember one time my head coach into his headset telling the offensive coordinator, I want the big boy carrying the ball. And that's what you have in this spot. Him covering up on the ball, taking care of it, and grinding out yardage.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
The New York set to take the field.
Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much.
They'll run on first down. Gore. And a nice pickup as this one gets them to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a gain.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, they run. Again, it's Gore. And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
3rd down and 4.
This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try to find some targets in the open field downfield.
Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third? Darnold to throw again. They go with a screen to Gore. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing again is Darnold. Flush to his right. He'll run it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Here's Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. On the return, it's James. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45.
The Niners take over first.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at about the 32.
He'll drop to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Mostert. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Mostert. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Neville Hewitt on the stop.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
This is Mostert. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory.
The ball carrier.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Niners on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Mostert. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. And they have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
As many games as the two of us do, I would hope that one day we'll be able to solve this riddle. Why is it on a hot day that one team has more trouble with the heat than another, and especially when you can't stop a guy running the ball?
You know it's September in the booth, though, when you and I have both removed our coats, and those were gone in the first quarter.
They were gone in the first quarter, and what we're watching now is a defense mentally giving in and sagging a little bit because they haven't been able to stop him.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
On 2nd down, Mostert.
And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 28. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
It's always been funny to me, Brandon, when coaches always talk about on hot days like the one we have here, oh, it's hot for both teams. But when one team has the advantage, when one team is running the ball really well and closing things out, it's hotter for the defensive side, and they sag a lot quicker.
Yeah, they say the dog days of August, the heat we're seeing here today, dog days of September, and the advantage right now on the offensive side.
Garoppolo going to give to Mostert.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. His throw incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
9 yards to go.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Garoppolo.
He'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space like backs. And they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
From the gun, he'll set up to throw.
Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Darnold down to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as a gain of 33. And that play started back at their own 33.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense overcommitting. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now it's Darnold. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Jets have made this a one-score game. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
This will make it into the end zone. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all of their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27th. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert.
And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
What was that, man?
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
They hand it off to Mostert.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Down to a knee goes Garoppolo, and that ought to do it.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
So, the victory here for San Francisco. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.